You tried to kill me, and look what happened to you. Because I gotta look at him to make sure he's dressed right and all that. To make sure he's appropriate. Make sure he look good going away from here. So I don't even know how that's gonna make me feel. The death do us part, and death did us part.
Those are the words of Ebony Mixon, a woman who found herself in an unimaginable situation, planning the funeral of the man who shot her in the face. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a story that's going to make you think, it's going to make you feel, and honestly, it might make you question everything you thought you knew about love and forgiveness.
Hi, my name is Ebony Mixon. On March the 18th, 2022, I was shot in my face by my husband, the paramedics, the doctors, and the police officers that was in the emergency room thought I was dead. But thank God, I'm still here.
Before we get too deep, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you find value in these discussions. So here's what happened. On March 18th, 2022, Ebony and her husband, Alonzo, got into not one, but two separate domestic disputes. The first time, he broke her car window. But the second time, while she was sitting in her car on the phone with 911, he shot her in the face with what she describes as a big gun. The bullet shattered her jaw, broke glass scattered everywhere mixed with her blood. He thought he had taken her life, so he decided to end it all.
And I'm on my way to the funeral home. Oh, I went and found red shirts for him and my son in the store. It started spinning. I had to call somebody to talk to me while I was in the store. I said, Lord, I don't know what kind of test or what you're doing, but you're a God. And I know that you got to be working this out for my good. But you got to make me understand this shit right here.
Now here's where the story gets complicated, y'all. Ebony survived, barely, but she did something that has the entire internet divided. She planned his funeral, she dressed him, she showed up with her son, and paid her respects to the man who tried to kill her. Before we dive into what Ebony has to say about all this, I want to show you pictures of Ebony before and after the shooting. Now, some of these images are difficult to see, but they show the reality of what this woman survived. The internet went absolutely wild when they found out what Ebony did. People called her stupid, crazy, said she was doing too much. But here's the thing, and this is why I felt like I needed to share this story with y'all. None of us walked in her shoes, none of us lived her experience, and through her recovery, Ebony has been sharing her journey, trying to inspire others and speak her truth.
When a weak woman is hurt, she goes to look for attention and validation. But when a strong woman is hurt, she goes to look for peace and find herself.
Now, Ebony went live on Facebook to address all the criticism, to tell her side of the story, and to read the actual police report from that night. What she has to say might surprise you, it might make you understand her perspective, or it might leave you with even more questions. I'm gonna let her speak for herself because honestly, her words are more powerful than anything I could say. Here's Ebony Mixon in her own words.
My heart heavy, real heavy. Yesterday, I don't even know where to start. First of all, we had the viewing of the baby yesterday, which that was my first time seeing him, first time looking at him, touching him, talking to him, whatever. And it hurt. It hurt. Real life, I missed him. And I still did love him. I still do love him, irregardless of whatever. Somebody on the thing said, one of the pictures said, it looked like I was extra white. I said, Lando, we could have came back from anything except it. I hate I didn't call him, reach out to him. So, I don't know. I got Cynthia Hicks, which is my sister. She was my witness. I told her it looked like he was smiling a little bit. I put the glasses on him. And I went and got the hat. I had to go get two hats. Remember, I told her I like the first. And then when I picked up his hand, it looked like it twitched. I said, oop, I need to put some more medicine on his hand. He said, sure, he must be moving or something. But my sister said, maybe he okay. My voice was kind of hoarse and raspy this morning. Good morning. I had to know I was coming on here this morning. Yes, 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 yes. And to all these people with these fake ass pages with no pictures on them, y'all took the time out just to send me a message. I feel so privileged and honored. But get on up on these views because I want y'all hoes to be woke because I know y'all ain't going to church. But man, if I start that and go to church, I'm finna dress up real quick. And then we're going, getting ready to get out. Let me do this thing right here. And I got one more police card to sign, but I got my whole police report right here. But let me tell y'all mud duck something. See, I done had this page for I don't know how long. I go live on here every day. I actually started going live. And I'm gonna continue to go live. But for some odd reason, yesterday, y'all went crazy with the comment. Y'all sat for me. Played along with some of y'all because y'all hoes got up under my skin. But it was not the time for that. But y'all won't get up under my skin no more. But let me tell you, first of all, I'm not gonna let you get up under my skin. Just keep watching my page, let my views go up. So they can tell me about this good little stuff or whatever. Y'all said something about the GoFundMe page. Y'all said something about me running my husband over. Y'all said something about whatever. What do y'all said a whole bunch of shit. I had screenshots from my cousin them out of town. I woke up to all kind of messages and screenshots and called me back as emergencies, all that. Y'all hoes ain't that important. Y'all hoes are not that important. And that's what this weekend showed y'all. The wait, let me tell y'all, I wasn't even gonna go public about this. I have my book in there, and y'all made me wait my boy up. I got my book in there. I don't want to get it wrong. Me, Sean, her mama, the sister, and her husband was the only people that came to the viewing of the body. Fine. Okay? All right. Now, the funeral, which was yesterday. Let's tell who came to the funeral. Me and my son was on the front row. It was a man and a woman. They was older. They sat on the side. It was a lady, y'all. I promise y'all, I don't remember her name. And I could not remember where she was from, but she drove 3 or 2.5 hours up here because she saw a video one day when I was upset and I was saying I needed a support system. That lady drove to the funeral yesterday. Sure did. We took pictures. And she's getting up going to church with us this morning. And then I would show her and take the pictures and get all her correct information because I don't want to tell no lie because my mind wasn't even all the way there. And 2 other fellas. That's it. That's all who came to the funeral. None of his family, none of his homeboys, besides Bookie. Don't let me laugh. That's his cousin, homeboy, whatever it is. Bookie came at the end. And I almost totally tacked the casket down. I had to get up and unlock the casket for him. That's it. So 5 people at the wake and maybe 7 people at the funeral. Right. So all y'all irrelevant assholes, side bitches, family members, or whoever that keep making these fake pages sending for me, y'all know where I was. Ain't now one of y'all gonna ever step to me, cause I'm way past grown. Okay, I don't play all them little games that y'all playing. Stop sending for me. Stop playing with me. Now, like I said, I got my police report, and I got two police calls from that night. Where? When I end up getting shot in my face. Y'all talking about a nigga getting ran over by a car. Why y'all hid the cameras? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about who gave him that other gun when I was on the phone with the police and they heard the shots. But we don't talk about all that tomorrow. Stay tuned for tomorrow. It's going all the way live, especially when I get my boy up out of here. Because I'm not finna do this morning. But y'all know I had to say something. But it's mighty strange. Nobody addressed anything. So y'all had to stand the fuck down. But y'all really didn't have to stand down because it was an open church. The sister came. Guess what? I asked her, did she need some private time alone? I got my person, came out. I let her and her husband stay back there with all by themselves. And I had to talk to her on Wednesdays or Sundays. And like I said, nobody reached out to me. Out of respect, I would not do no shit like that. Out of respect, y'all hoes knew not to pull up. Ain't nobody pulled up, ain't nobody saying that, but I'm talking like, it's 1,000 comments, 1,000 different pages. Oh, y'all talking about block this and block. I ain't got time to look at these regular ass, fake ass hoes. I ain't got time for it. Like I said, I don't even block people. Say whatever you want to say.
I block fuck.
And then y'all really got mad about that. I seen somebody that they GoFundMe page or whatever. Oh, y'all really got mad. That's why when I posted, I said, just give y'all something else to talk about. Keep on talking. It doesn't matter to me. What y'all talk about don't make me shit. What y'all talk about don't pay my bills. What y'all talking about ain't a bitch ass thing. Excuse me. Now, but thank God I made it through. I made it. And today is Sunday. And I always tell y'all, Sunday is the beginning of a new week. This week is going to be better than last week. But y'all did the most yesterday. I think I seen a few come. Well, yesterday was Saturday. I think I seen a few coming through Friday too. But yesterday, y'all went crazy. I guess because it was time for him to go in the ground. Oh, now y'all got now y'all got something to say there. But y'all hide behind these pages. Be direct, baby. Be direct. But don't say nothing at all. But to my followers and to the markets that's looking for a show or whatever, I can tell the truth. The truth gonna always stand. And then one thing about me, just like I told y'all, I don't erase shit. I don't erase nothing. I got all texts from that night. Even with the people that say they weren't involved. And I was gonna let it go. Because I told the niece that I was gonna issue a warrant on her. And I got my message right here. No harassment for always want to get in my motherfucking business. I was gonna leave all of it alone because all of it was done. But when I look at some of them comments, I know it's the family because of the things that you say. But I'm gonna address y'all tomorrow. We're gonna have a whole line for the people. And I got my police report right here. I'm gonna make sure I have my police cards because just like I said, it was 2 incidents, not one. So they say do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep my head up, Bobby. James Bites. God bless you and may you hear your tragedy. Yeah, these people won't even let me go. Oh, but guess what? Y'all still did not affect me yesterday. Because after me and my son got through taking them pictures outside the front of our home. And I said, me and my son, but guess what? God does nothing by mistake. It wasn't meant for none of y'all to be there. That was closure for me and my son. I got mine Friday, and he was able to get his Saturday. I don't give a fuck if anybody, I don't care if nobody else came. But like I said, after we left the church, we were over to the west side, over there where I used to have my shop at, because of some booths over there. I was finna get my son a phone. And I let my son drive yesterday, honey. He 13, but he bigger than me. And he drove me around yesterday. He just wanted to drive. And it helped him. And it helped me. And then I said, well, what we gonna eat, son? What we gonna do? And we didn't know at first. At first, when the lady that I told y'all came to visit, she kept asking us, what y'all gonna do with it? She wanted to hang with us. But we didn't. Both of us had lost our appetite, I guess. But after a while, anyway, just like I said, my son drove me around. And then we ended up at Old Charlie last night, eating like big dogs. We left Old Charlie at 8 o'clock. You know, it's time to go in. We came in, my son started sniffing a little bit Saturday night. And Friday night, I ended up sleeping in there by him. And my throat was kind of funny, so I told him, baby, you got more than sinuses. You finna catch a cold. So we went and got some cold medicine. Went and got the little knick-knack stuff from the house, for the house. And then, like I said, he just wanted the Gardendale. Then we ended up going our way to Gardendale. But I had to take his ass on the back road because he can't, he ain't been on no freeway. But yeah, I'm just waking up. Sorry, y'all. But, okay. And, yeah, I wanted to address that. Well, Y'all, don't make me feel no type of way. Y'all really looking stupid. Because just like I said, y'all came out the woodwork. And so guess what? That means y'all was in y'all feelings. Y'all mad. Y'all got so much to say. And stop coming at me about what y'all heard or talk about this or talk, I can talk about anything. And I don't give a fuck what happened between me and my husband. My husband is a man first, supposed to be a man. And then ain't no reason, no gun, nowhere. And then guess what? For y'all that don't know, I was still sitting in my truck. So it could have been that much damn going on. I was sitting in my truck on both events. The 911 call alone got him fucked up. Because the police was on the phone when I was talking because I came back up there to get the address. Because I didn't know it the first time when he brushed my window, like I said, with that Grey Goose bottle. And the Grey Goose bottle was still in my truck when I got shot. With his fingerprints on it. Diamond, they said I had a gun. I was shooting at him first. They said it was self-defense. But let me tell you, anybody know I don't play with guns. Never have even carried a gun, even when I was in the streets. Because I'm hot-headed. And I like to fight with my hands. And people don't do that no more. But even when I was younger, I still like to fight with my hands. I ain't never carried no gun. Never. That's why I told you I don't be trying to be funny. I ain't know what the kind of gun, the name of it all. I say the big gun. The one you gotta pull back up at the house and get. After he shot the handgun. Now who gave him that gun? We're gonna talk about that also. Because I sent for you when I was in the hospital and told you that I was gonna press charges on you. But I was gonna leave that alone too. Because he was dead. So let it all die. But since y'all wanna come for me, I'm gonna send for y'all. And then I'm gonna go down there and press my paper, issue my paperwork out. Now to all these outbreaks, Cartisha, Hegler, and all them other little people, bitch, don't play with me. Play with your children. Okay? I come in and out that girl page because she just had gave me the phone. Because you know, I am live and direct. Last time you had something to say, I did jump in your inbox. But you know you got me blocked. So don't play. And then I seen where they was really just trying to egg you on. Let's start a group about this. Let's go live about her. And you were saying, no, or I ain't in it or whatever. And I did have to go back and read that. And I also got right back under your post and tried to apologize because I was wrong as a woman for jumping time because I know how you get down. And as I'm writing to tell you that I was wrong, be damn really say that down small. So I said, fuck, I turn out. Leave me alone. I'm telling y'all, leave me alone. But tomorrow, we will, I will have myself in order. And we gonna know, we gonna find out the story. The truth. Hold on, let me get it out my eye. And then this eye draining. And, about what happened that night. And so everybody that was involved, hid stuff and everything, we're gonna put that on the table too. Because just like I said, I was gonna leave it alone. And then what y'all keep saying, keep him in the cop. So mind you, like I said, if I'm in my car on the phone with the police, when the fuck they hit me with the cop? Maybe the first time. When he bust my motherfucking window. But the second time when you was shoot for no reason. So when I'm down the street, like I said, the police heard the gunshots on the phone. They said, who is that? I said, oh, you can hear that? They said, yeah, what is that gun? I said, oh, that's L stupid though. She said, is he shooting at you? I said, he's shooting somewhere because I'm down the street. When the handgun got through, because there was a ta 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 ta. And that's what the police heard.
Shooting a chopper sound like.
So me, when the gun fires through or gone or whatever, now I can leave or pass by them. So I thought. But as I get ready to pass by them, I'm on this side. My side. My left side. Get it right, my left side. And I turned my face to look at who had the gun. Since y'all said, oh, it wasn't Alonzo. Well, what the fuck? Oh, I did hear it was the niece. I heard it was the brother. But no, I turned my face to look. That's how I got hit on the right. And I saw my husband, Alonzo Maria, with that big ass gun in his hand. That's why I said a big gun. The handgun, which belonged to his niece, I guess. From what I heard, they got into it. Them was already shot in the air. Them bullets was already gone. So not only did you have one gun, you had two. What the fuck they do that in? So, like I said, stay tuned for tomorrow. And we're going to read this police report. And it also says when the police pulled up, just like I told y'all, they didn't even know I was shot. I said he shot one time, boom, hit me like he had been shooting at the gun range for motherfucking since he came out. But on my report, it says, as they got closer, fast, we just can't read the report. Hallelujah, amen.
You don't want to know what happened.
And then I'm going to take a picture of it. Son, you done get up? How you feel? Go drink your orange juice you got last night. And you know what I mean? No medicine. On March 18, 2022, Officer Pilgrim, 3989, and Officer Putnam, 4199, was assigned to North Precinct Unit 125C. We were in full uniform at a marked police car with emergency lights and siren system. And then I got to remember what I told y'all before when I was just typing, when I told y'all I heard. Okay, I realized, go back, I'll erase that. Anyway, we were responding to a domestic dispute via dispatch. Call details stated her husband was shooting at her. Now, shots were heard in the background. Investigation. As we got closer to the scene, the radio traffic stated that the victim, Ebony Mixon, had been shot in the face. As we were arriving, we heard additional gunshots being fired. And I said it was just one. The hell, I ain't even hear the other ones. This was the people telling me. When told me, I'm ready. Let's go back. Okay. And we arrived, we had additional gunshot being fired. I'm gonna say so bitch, but rest in peace, so bitch, you was still shooting at me. I started by the gunfire, Officer Pilgrim. Y'all get these names right too. For all y'all that's connected with the police, get these names. Officer Pilgrim and I drove a little closer and exited our vehicle, urgently looking for the shooter. We found only the victim. Hold on. Let me get up a little closer for y'all so y'all can see. Okay. Sitting, okay, urgently looking for the shooter. We only found the victim who was still sitting of her car. I'm still sitting in my car. So what danger threat did I? Okay. So I ain't gonna get out my car. Oh, but I guess. No, couldn't have been the time I ran. Anyway, alright, we only found the victim who was still sitting in her car. The gunshot wound she suffered was to the right side of her face. Right side of her face, that's to all y'all with these bandages too. I'm gonna post that for y'all also. And I'm gonna blow it up so y'all could see it. Okay? Alright, the gunshot wound she suffered was to the right side of her face. Her wound was so significant that the hole in her right cheek and jaw, broken glass was scattered around the floorboard and mixed with blood from her wound. Officer Pilgrim asked her, me, the bitch that had been shot in the face, I was alert, just like I told y'all. Officer Pilgrim asked her, Officer Pilgrim asked her who did this, and she stated, Alonzo Maria. When asked which way he went, she pointed. So I'm still alert. I pointed towards the backyard of, then it has the address on here. 1418 17th Street North. Okay. Here, pause. We waving. Mr. Orlando is known to stay at his sister, Eva Berea's, on the house and stated that he stays there sometime. As we began to look around the house for the shooter, other units arrived and assisted in setting up a perimeter. Once a secure perimeter was set up around the residence, we then asked the owner of the house, Eva Berea, for permission to search the house. She granted permission, and we safely cleared the building. Residents Clay Williams, them was in the house because it's supposed to be a boarding house. But we did not locate the suspect, Mr. Berea. This was the second incident tonight. How long we got to go today? This was the second incident tonight in which Miss Mixon had reported an argument with Mr. Berea. The first time she stated Mr. Berea busted out her car window with a what? Okay. She has case number 2022-045018 completed by Officer King. Officer King followed. Now, Officer King was the lady who did my report about him busting my car window. That was the first time before I even got shot. But she was also in the emergency room with me when I woke up. And I heard that lady crying. And I told her to come here. And I need to call her because I told her we was going to laugh about this shit when I got home. But I told her, don't feel like this was her fault. And she was like, I just should have made sure you went home. I should have made sure you was calmed down. I just hate to see you laying up there as a black woman. I said, baby, this was something that had to happen. That's why I told Officer King in the emergency room. Well, Officer King, she was in case number complete by Officer King. Officer King followed Miss Mixon's car as it was told to lock up. That's when they pulled my truck. Victim was taken to UAB. Officer body cameras were worn and activated. Sergeant Ivory Fake Driver was notified and quickly arrived on the scene. Domestic violence detective Price, that was my detective for this attempted murder, was notified and came to the scene. That's what I said. I did. That was the one taking the pictures. Man, I tried to hear him clicking the picture in the emergency room. I never saw the pictures. And from the way this all look, and I don't want to see no picture because they got the raw and uncut picture. Evidence took Thomas Samson also came and proceeded to the scene. And then it just started following units and the camera scene, help with building clear and setting up a perimeter and conveying the area for evidence. Putnam 3/18/2022 and Ivory Kennedy 3/19/2022 set off on this. All this little stuff, that's just some little stuff right there, but the report is right here. It also came with 2 pages with the suspect, the vehicle. My vehicle was on vehicle that was towed because of the incident. I guess I told that they put my truck and stuff under investigation. My cell phone and everything was still in my, like I said, I was on the phone with the police, with the 911 phone call. Now, the first incident, like I said, when Lonzo was my window with that Grey Goose powder that was still in there. Where did that evil motherfucker shoot himself at? Y'all, he shot my mom on the right side. He shot himself on the right side of his head. Them folks told me that I almost walked out. I said, Lord, I guess I'm supposed to be dead. But look what happened. My right side fine. His right side didn't make it. He shot himself in the right side of the temple. That's how I ended up getting the hat. But I wanted to get the hat anyway because he wore hats all the time. I put the dark glasses on him because that's the way he wore to hide his eyes when he was drunk. When Lonzo shot me to this day, I still say he was drunk, showing out, and overplayed his part. Who said I got Anson Merchant? I did not get shot on my left side. I don't know if you deaf, can't read, can't listen, or what. I don't know. So, for all you irrelevant ass people, well, there you go. I was trying to wait till tomorrow. But just like I said, the only thing I was going to show you tomorrow was besides the 2 case cards with here, this in there. 2 incidents. So if I hit Alonzo Burrell on the first incident, then why I didn't get shot then? Or was it a plot, a plan? So that's the story. I mean, what did it do? And then when I hit him, I mean, did nobody make a police report? Did he get hurt? What? Probably didn't get hurt full of that liquor. So I'm just saying, don't come telling me no about what you heard. Because I heard a lot of stuff. Too. First of all, I heard I was dead. That's the first time. Then I heard that the niece shot me because it was her gun that he would pop out. Well, I do know who the big gun belonged to, but I'm going to keep their name up out of it. I heard the brother shot me. Hell, I even heard there was some dudes, 2 dudes hanging out there, supposed to be Lonzo homeboys that shot me. Now, why would they? But I don't address that. I don't care nothing about that. I know what happened. And I also know that I turned my head and I was able to look at Lonzo and see him with that gun in his hand. They were standing out there by the niece car, the same one who kept texting my phone. And yes, ma'am, report it back, run it back. I still got my texts, and I told you, little girl, to stay out my business. And I even told you from the hospital that I saw you give Lonzo that big gun. You told me you were praying, and then in the hospital, because you ain't had that energy that night when we was into it. You feel me? It was, oh, fuck me. What you was going to do to me, and Lonzo was your favorite uncle. I believe what he's saying, all this. I said, why do you keep getting in my inbox? You got anything to do with my business, little girl. Because you used to stay at my house. So you going to always be a child to me. You staying in my house when you ain't, what? Oh, okay. You know the situation. And that was before me or your uncle went to prison, little girl. So I told you to stay in your place. Every time me and my husband get into it, you want to jump in my inbox like you somebody. So that night, when I was up there the second time, when he was shooting down the street, I was getting the address. Because the police had already told me I could file harassment charges on your little dumb ass. And so shit, what better than to get a 2-for-1? I know Lonzo drunk ass up there because you done sent me pictures to my phone with Lonzo and your little dusty ass friend, remember? So yeah, just like I said, stay out of my business. But I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told you in the hospital. You want to be in my business so bad, well, bitch, you in it. Because like I said, I was gonna let it go. But tomorrow, now that all of this is over, I'm going to press charges on everybody that was involved. And I don't erase shit. I told y'all that. Caramel drop, where you get your facts from? Who told me this story? I don't know. You might. I hope you come in to somebody else, because this is my story to tell. And where I get my facts from is this black and white piece of motherfucking paper. And where I get my facts from is what the fuck happened to me. And where I get my facts from is them 2 police cards. And where I get my facts from is when that man shot me and didn't nobody ever see him no more. And then somebody made a comment about keeping him from his son. He kept himself away from his son. Ask me how many times he called his son after this happened. Ask him how many times he called my family after this happened. 0. They said that boy woke up the next morning and Nisha had to tell him what said. So everybody was standing around looking stupid and said, Lonzo was like, why everybody up here? What's going on? And it said the niece Because I mean, I'm calling people names. I ain't sugarcoating nothing and throwing no lies out there. The niece, and you know who you are, said, you know, you shot that girl last night. He said, who? Shot what girl? And then they said, you shot Ebony last night. He said, no the fuck I did. No I didn't. I ain't shot nobody. Say like he went crazy. Got a few things and left. But see, I had already tried to. When y'all got mad, when I went down there to his federal probation officer and tried to tell her about his drinking months ago, because I was the one dealing with that. I was the one staying with him, living with him, off and on. So we ain't gonna get that misconstrued either. So any little bitch in the street that had him, oh well. But see, y'all probably accepted that drinking. But I knew that Lonzo would do stuff and say stuff when he was drunk and wouldn't remember shit the next morning. And when I went down there, his federal probation, let's tell that too, because I did go down there, and guess what? And I told him I went down there. Ain't no secret. Sure did. But guess what? That lady wasn't motherfucking playing. And she wasn't talking about no rehab. And she was talking about paperwork and sending his ass back down the road because he was not supposed to be drinking in no drug environment and none of that. So guess what? I did. I shut the fuck up and left. Never called her back, never said nothing else to her. So I know that Lonzo drinks to the point where he falls out. I got pictures of Lonzo sitting in the chair in the bedroom. I had got the bitch out the bed. I put a whole chair in the bedroom. Cause when you get in there, you just sleep. But I bet you ain't dropped that liquor bottle. I have pictures. Still, like I said, I don't erase that. I have pictures with Lonzo with guns on his side. I could have been got Lonzo fucked up. But that was not the point of the issue. Look like you fucked me up, but he really didn't because I'm gonna be okay. So this a whole messed up situation. And I was always wrong when I tried to get help or say something. Because Lonzo would go back and say something else. And what me and Lonzo went to, oh, he'll go all the way to the point, oh, he call me all kind of bitches, hoes, oh, fuck y'all, this or whatever, until I got that tell your bitch in the grave. Oh, you'll go tell them I said that. Every time I said that one time, oh, baby, every time we get into it, that's what you'll say. That's not what we into it for, Lonzo. Stop telling them lies. But get what? Y'all believed him. So keep on believing him. But don't run it to me, baby. Okay? And stay in your lane. And y'all did very good. Nobody came. Nobody disrespect me and my son. And keep it that way. Thank you. Have a blessed day. And for all y'all that watching me, not the good people, not my people, but for them off-brands that's watching me, go watch the pastor. Because we finna get ready to go to church. And that's the end of that story. So anybody else want to know anything that happened that night? Oh, and just like I said, he never called my folks. And I got 3 kids. He told each one of my children a different lie. My son, and I don't whisper. Y'all know my son up. I'm sorry. My son called him just to say, because he told everybody else he don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with that hoe no more. That's what he had to tell his family. I don't fuck with that hoe no more. But we had been together all week. That week. Had been together before that for a whole month. Because I was done and tired of that shit. But I did go back. And why I put that prayer up there for my son was because my son know I went back to try to give him a father. Because if I dealt with him more, he came around more. That's why I said I don't want my son to hold no blame or no regret or no resentment. And that Sunday, when I started back talking to Lonzo, I said, watch this. When I call Lonzo, he's going to answer and he's going to motherfucking come. And that's what happened. But it shouldn't have been my call to make, because I called back disaster. And that's my call, not your call, son. And my son said, I like it better when y'all together. It make it easier. So he don't have to try to pick sides. Now y'all finna make me get mad up in here for real. Cause this the truth. But ain't no side to pick. So, when y'all wanna talk about my business, we can talk about it. Ain't no regrets. Ain't no lies. And I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. And I tell God, let my suffering not be in vain. And if anything you want to cast casket on me and let it fall away from my children and my grandchildren, I carry the load. And I still say that. So yeah, that's how that went. And guess what? I could say the end, but it's not the end. But it's the end of that chapter. My son was talking to the bishop who did his dad's service yesterday. And he told me he wanted to go to his church. And that's what the fuck going on this morning. That's where we're going. I want him to grab on to some positive male figure. Get in the church. We went to Church of Highland. I go to Church of Highland. And I was faithful to Church of Highland because the Church of Highland was faithful to me when I did them 6 years in prison. They was the only church that came down there every Sunday. They was the only church that came down there and barbecued for us. They was the only church that gave us gift bags. Church of Highland. So when I came home, I was faithful to them. But I know my word. So now I gotta get my son builded up and rooted up and comfortable. Because my son was smiling. And now that man asked my son a question that nobody had even asked him. How you feel? All this going on. He said, has anybody even asked you how you feel? And I couldn't do that but cry. Because everybody's so worried about Lonzo, but we weren't worried about the right thing. We ain't focusing on the right thing. We just watching his actions. But you can't watch a person and determine how they feel because a person can wear a mask. And I learned that a long time ago with my hurts. So, that's what's going on. Like I said, it was a whole bunch of bullshit going on yesterday, a whole bunch of fake pages, a whole bunch of people sending for me. I entertained some of it. I entertained a lot of it. And I apologize. And God forgive me for that. But yes, I wanted to be mad at somebody. I wanted to cuss somebody out. And they gave it to me. But hey, not no more. If y'all got anything bad to say about me, I'm fake. I'm doing a fake page. My story fake. Oh well. Just keep watching me. Just keep talking about me, spreading my name. And I'm going to keep spreading my story and spreading my word and spreading the truth and getting this shit up off of me. And so now that I have entertained all the monkeys of the yard, we finna go have church. And I got a feeling we finna go have church. And I mean a good damn service. I want y'all to be blessed, stay blessed. The trick of the enemy, it don't matter who he use. He don't give a fuck who he use, as long as his job gets done. But you played with Alonzo, and you got in his mind, and you captivated him. And I'm still not mad at Alonzo, because he let the devil use him. Everybody not built for that. Everybody not rooted in the word. Everybody ain't got people praying over them. The only thing I feel bad about in this situation with my husband is when I got tired, I stopped praying for him. And I knew. And I told my friend Wanda Barrett, tag her, ask her. Anybody know I always talk about Miss Wanda. I said my husband going through a spiritual battle. And the devil trying to trick him out there from up under his garment, up under his shield of protection. He's trying to trick him out there in the battlefield alone. So if anything I feel bad about is that I got tired. Other than that, I don't feel bad about nothing. I don't feel bad about this. Because guess what? This gonna close. This gonna be covered. God is gonna bring my face right back together. And it might take a while. But during that while that he's restoring my face, He's going to be restoring me and restoring my heart. And when that shit all come together, I'm going to be together. So no, I don't take it back. Like I said, when I cried in that hospital, so much hurt, why so much pain? Why not? You a hard head motherfucker. I can't just tap you on the shoulder or tell you that. Motherfucker, I show you. Oh, I showed you. And I showed you that I'm God all by myself. When everybody said you was dead, I showed you that it was only me who could keep you and only me who could call life for them. So, with that being said, I keep trying to get out this thing. And I keep I know my little thing hanging, but I ain't eat no snacks last night, child. I had went to old child's stand. I had a little doggy bag. It was on my eye. And I had a little doggy bag. I ain't eat it though. This nigga done bust out talking something, ooh yeah, them rolls. Girl, let me tell y'all know I gotta say something funny before I get out this thing. This nigga here gonna say, Mom, you know old Charlie give out free rolls. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, you get your rolls and stuff before you eat and stuff. So he was like, I don't need nothing but some rolls. I love they rolls. I don't need nothing but some rolls and some water. I said, what? Some rolls and some water? Yeah, he said. And then when they get ready to ask me if I got to order, I ain't even got to pay because I'm already pretty full. I said, nigga, you slick. You think you slick. I said, no, fuck gonna put your ass in jail. They gonna put you in jail and they gonna run behind you with a ticket. You gonna pay for them rolls. That day right there, you gonna pay for them rolls. But we ate. And what you got, son? Seafood platter. He got a seafood platter. And I ate his crab cakes because they were soft. And then I got the ribs and chicken. And I gave him my chicken because I couldn't eat all. And you know they ribs be baked. So they was tender. So I was able to eat some of it or whatever. But there was more. It was nice. It was a nice outing. And we're going to have us a nice day today. In Jesus' name. I love y'all. You better preach, baby. It's so true about the spiritual warfare. And see, people don't understand that. A physical battle is nothing. And I ain't being funny. I ain't the baddest and I ain't the hardest. And like y'all be saying, I can endure a lot of pain. Because I endured pain my whole life. I have. Physical pain. I've endured pain my whole life. It's that inside pain that hurt. It's when you're in a spiritual battle, when you fight against yourself and fight against what you know, right? That's some battles that I don't like. When you got to yield.
Y'all, I don't even know what to say after hearing all of that. This woman survived something that most people don't survive. She lost the father of her child, and she's dealing with criticism from people who've never walked a day in her shoes. I shared this story because I think it's important that we hear these voices, these real stories about real people going through real trauma. Ebony's story raises so many questions about love, about forgiveness, about how we judge people in their darkest moments. I'm not here to tell you what to think about what she did. I'm not here to say she was right or wrong. I'm just here to make sure her story gets told, because every story deserves to be heard. So I want to know what y'all think. After seeing this, after hearing her tell her own story, what's your take? How do you feel about everything she went through and how she handled it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, but please, and I cannot stress this enough, keep it respectful. This is a real person who went through real trauma. If you made it to the end of this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I hope this story helps you recognize warning signs and encourage you to seek help or offer support before it's too late.
Yes, I said I pulled off because I'm driving today. I gotta go back to the doctor to get my car back in from the other day. Because you remember, made it through my uncle's funeral and then fell down. So I left it like that. I'm not finna deal with that no more, period. But the reason I had came live because, like I said, I pulled over for a minute. I'm driving to get myself situated because I had to come to the bank today. And it wasn't about the point of coming to the bank because I'm satisfied with it. I know I already asked and that about over with. I lost. So anyways, it's not about coming to the bank. But these people know me in here, and they know my personality, and we always talking everything. And the lady said, "Girl, what you did to your face?" So I had to tell her that it wasn't me that did. And I told my face, it was my husband. That shot me in my face. Because I got a big old hole up under there. They done put me a plate in, and I had through surgery. She said, oh my God, oh my God. And so she said, she gave me my money and stuff like that. She was like, I'm gonna be praying for you and all this whatever. But so when I got in my car or whatever, it sat well with me. It just didn't sound right for me having to say that and tell her that. And I'm in there making withdraw, not a deposit. But oh my God, just shot me in the face. That shit just sounded stupid. What the fuck? Why they do that? Yo, shot you in your face. Oh God, we want to fight. So that didn't sit well with me. They have to say that shit. And I'm on my way to the funeral home. Oh, I went and found a red shirt for him and my son in the store. It started spinning. I had to call somebody to talk to me while I was in the store. I said, Lord, I don't know what kind of test or what you're doing, but I know you're a God that can't lie. And I know that you got to be working this out for my good. But you got to make me understand this shit right here. Yeah. So that's how I'm feeling right now. My nerves is real bad because and then it was the way she looked at me. Maybe that did. I don't know. Maybe all that together. Well, maybe I ain't got no motherfucking being even saying no shit. I got this on the way. Socks and this t-shirt. Look like I'm looking at my grandma. She wanted to wash the shirt and iron. So, I get them. But, yeah, what's going on right now? That's exactly what's going on right now. That didn't sound right. That didn't go together. But, please pray for me and understand it. And for God to bring it all together. Because all things work together for the good of the love of the Lord. I need you to move and make me understand something. It's gonna be alright. Oh, shit, it's gonna be alright though. No, I really don't want to look at the camera too much because I don't like people to see me cry. I used to think it was a sign of weakness when I was growing up. I had it, whatever. But just I ain't talking about that right now. I'm just talking about why I don't want to look at the camera. But I'm calm. I'm calm down. So I gotta go to the funeral home. That way, I got a chance to search the phone. Get started talking about something else or whatever, but I ain't gonna talk about that because I got to concentrate on that road. But I ain't gonna know what that at that funeral. Oh shit, I'm going to the doctor too. Yeah, I'm going to the doctor too. I'm not gonna change my goal. They better do it right this time, damn it. That's their third time doing it. They better do it right. We gonna have a problem. I ain't in the mood for no bullshit today. I'm just not. And then there's 3 strikes on them anyway. Yeah, I think I get to take my feelings, frustration out on them. It was their job. I had to come back over there. It's gonna be my 3rd time. Yeah. They probably gonna have a good bitch. They ain't gonna have no good bitch. That's what I get to say. Now I gotta get all ready to go to the funeral home. That's gonna be a whole different story. But it's gonna be okay also. I'm gonna stop crying now, y'all. Gee. But I love y'all. Continue to pray for me. Pray for my family. Pray for strength. And pray we all just get more God and less of us. Because Ebony knows, Ebony something. But yeah, all right, I'm going to get out this line because I got to drive now. Love y'all. Please continue to pray for me. Bye-bye, because this ain't easy for real. I just try to make it look easy and laugh and play because that's just my personality and I ain't going to let this me down. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to get through this. Because if it were meant for me to go anywhere, I would have been gone when I heard them folks say, no pulse. No pulse. I must have been in my subconscious or something because I said, oh, Lord, no. You can't let me go like this. I ain't ready to go. Bring me back, please, Lord. But I also tell y'all, that phone ring, but I ain't talking about that, but it could be quiet. But I also tell y'all to stay prayed up. Because guess what? Sometimes the devil, the enemy might strike, and you ain't gonna have time to pray. So you got to stay prayed up daily. And I don't care what I do, what I say, what you think of me, how you perceive me or whatever. Me and the man upstairs connect on everything. You got to have your own spiritual relationship with him. And so if it were meant for me to go anywhere, I would have left when that big ass, he shot that big ass gun. And I don't know the name, so I don't play with gun. That big ass gun and hit me in my damn face. When I felt my skin drop, when I was still on the phone with the police, I said, oh, I've been hit. She said, you been hit? What that mean? I said, I've been shot. She said, you been shot? She said, stay on the phone, stay on the phone. I had my head just like this. I said, I see the blue lights on the next street. Thank you, Chief. When the police got up, they didn't know that I was shot. They were telling me, get out of car, get out of car. Then when I turned around, I guess they seen my face. I put my own truck in bar. And I stood out on my own 2 feet and laid on the stretcher. Now, when they said that no pulse and all that, whatever, I guess, like I said, I was gone in my self-conscious. I was gone. I don't know where I was gone. But then I could hear the police taking pictures. I could hear the camera. But then I woke up, I guess. Cause I ain't never remember being gone. And that's when the blood was coming up. I was throwing the blood everywhere. It would hurt me so bad. It was so much it wouldn't even stay in the garbage can. Jeez. I heard them say, can I slide your rings? I was like, yeah, hey, y'all know when I do what I be seeing on TV, because y'all know I gotta make a joke out of it. But they were yelling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just coming to. They were yelling, ma'am, in the case of emergency, would you take blood? And I said, yeah. They said, in the do you know who did it? Was it a man or woman? I said, it was a man. I said, my husband. They said, what's his name? I said, Alonzo Bernard Burrell. They said, what you got on? I said, hey. I said, black pants, black sweatshirt with Timberland, wrote on brown Timberland, go with it. I said, birthday, September 3rd, 1982. And then I called out this social. Baby, I'm alert. I told the lady, I said, hey. It was my best friend's son funeral the next day. And she wasn't strong enough to the funeral. So I told her I was going to stay with her at the house during the funeral. And we were just going to go to the repast together. When I woke up, and after I got through asking all them questions, like I was on the court stand, I said, hey, somebody come out. I said, I need y'all to do something for me. I said, call my friend and tell her I can't make it anymore. They said, what's her number? I gave them her number and her name. To this day, that lady is amazing time. I was fighting for my life and thought about her. I don't know either. Because when I woke up the next morning, the lady at the ICU, I said, hey, come here. I said, am I out today? So, but the nurse said, oh, you're not going nowhere. We already choose to. Oh, hallelujah. I guess it was the 3rd day, the 4th day, whenever the police before it get done. When the detective come up there to talk, he's on the tape recorder thing. He said, Miss Mixon, I didn't think I was going to be able to come back and make this interview with you. He said, I was in the emergency room with you. You suffered from severe gunshot wound. So when the police tell you they thought you were dead, the doctors and the nurses thought you were dead. And then the ambulance driver told one of the members of my family, that I was dead. So that's man. Everybody thought I was dead. But I woke up. I ain't had no breathing tube. I ain't have to get no blood transfusion thing. I had a feeding tube thing in my stomach to make sure I was still eating or whatever. I ain't had no catheter or none of that. And about after 2 days of schooling up on that bed, I told that lady to bring me a stool thing in here where I can get up and pee on my own. They said, you gonna get up and pee? What do you mean? I said, ma'am. I said, I'm gonna get up with my feet and I'm gonna go to the pot and I'm gonna pee. She was looking crazy. Oh, Miss Me, they had them little things on my leg that squeeze when after we had surgery or whatever. I gave her blood clots and stuff like that. But so I told her that unhook them. Shit, you wanna know what? I said, baby, my wound and my pain in my face ain't nothing wrong with my legs and my feet, baby. Don't handicap me, don't cripple me, don't play with me like that. And I started getting up out that bed, sitting in the chair. They say, let's walk down the hall. From the first time they said that. Oh, let's walk down the hall to just see if you can walk or your balance off now. Then I walked down the hall, walked all the way around the damn building thing. Then another lady came for therapy. And it was physical therapy. So she said, oh, you said you had steps to go up in your house or steps to go up on your grandma's porch or whatever, everywhere. So I said, well, yes, ma'am, I do. So she said, well, I want to see if you can walk up these steps. She took me to the back where the flight of steps was. You know, like you go to the 7th floor, then you go to 8th floor, 9th floor, like that. So she said, okay, I need you to walk up these 4 steps. I said, you got me all the way out here to walk up 4 steps. So she was like, yes, ma'am, we present. So when I ain't walk up the 4 steps, I walked up the whole flight of steps, then walked up the other flight and came back down. You feel me? Stop playing with me like that. I'm good. So listen. So when I came back down, she said, okay, well, we're discharging you from physical therapy. So I said, thank you. So that's what I'm saying. And I know that, just like I said, I had a moment, and I'm have moments or whatever, but I know that if God was in control from the time the bullet left the chamber, and I'm still here through all that where man said, I already know my hole gonna be all right. I already know he gonna cover that thing back up here and make it look like ain't nothing happened. Or it'll make it look even better. If I do have a little scar, then so what, baby? I'm gonna be so ready to get covered up and covered by the name, in the blood, in the name of Jesus, Spirit, Father, Holy Ghost, whatever. I can't take now another look like that. I done already been in prison. I done already lost everything. Shoot, 2, 3 times I had a shop, a business on Third Avenue, do Santa Claus stuff, all kind of stuff. I take all kind of leaks, I take all kind of losses, but I know at the end of the day, it all work out for my good, and it's a reason, and it's a purpose for everything, because everything was already wrote, you feel me? And one thing about it, I remember, I think it was Job, yeah. But when the devil attacked him like that and went through hell or whatever, now look, I'm at the thing. Here come that lady back she at the woman. She want to make sure I'm all right, wife. Hey. Worried about it. Oh, yeah, I was sitting right here. I was talking to my people on the line. I'm okay, thank you. I just coming. Give me a hug, baby. You think I'm okay, baby. Seriously. I can get out, baby. I'm sorry. I don't want to scare you. No, well, yeah, I really, I had to calm down at first because when you asked me what I had did to my face and stuff, that had kind of upset me to talk about it. No, you, I know you weren't trying to upset me, miss. Listen, I'm just trying to tell you. So I just pulled over and I started talking and and then I go to talking a lot. So that's all. But I'm in the mood now. I'm okay. You're fine. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you. I'm gonna get anything. Perfect. But told you I pulled off. I told you how she was looking. She was really worried. She was up. That shit no sound normal. And you see that? See that what I said? Everybody ain't built for that shit. She wouldn't have made it. But I don't know. She would, I don't know if she would have made it spiritually because I'm not the judge of that. But physically, she could have stood a lot. I'm finna get ready to go now, y'all. I'm talking y'all to death. I done cried, I done laughed, I done prayed, I done did everything. There ain't nothing else for me to do but go on have my business. I love y'all. I love, bye. Keep me in your prayers and my family.